We live in this world that's just begging us to share every little thing. We post, we update, we talk, we explain, but what if that constant need to talk is the one thing that's actually holding you back? Let's dive into the incredible power of keeping quiet.
So let's just start with a really direct question for you. Are you sharing too much? It sounds simple, right? But the answer, well, it might just unlock why some of your biggest, most exciting plans have kind of fizzled out before they even got off the ground.
And this quote, man, this really just hits the nail on the head. We share our plans before they happen and wonder why things fall apart before they begin. And that's the paradox we're diving into, right? This weird gap between what we think sharing does and what actually happens.
Okay, so check this out. This is where things get really interesting. On one hand, you've got what we think happens. We share to build connections, right? To get support. We think it'll hold us accountable. But the reality? It often does the exact opposite. Instead of connection, you get doubt. Instead of support, you're just leaking all your creative energy. And instead of accountability, you're pretty much just giving away your power.
So the big question is, how do we fight this? Well, it all starts from the inside. This first section is all about building your inner fortress using the power of silence.
And the formula for this, it's almost ridiculously simple, but it is so powerful. Step 1, just stop speaking. That's it. And once you do that, you naturally move to step 2. You stop explaining yourself all the time. And when you're not wasting all that breath talking and explaining, you free up all this energy for the most important step of all. You start doing. And here's the crazy psychological trick our brains play on us. The moment you tell someone your goal, your brain gets this little rush, this hit of feel-good chemicals. It's like a pat on the back. It feels like you've already achieved something. But here's the catch. You haven't done anything yet. And that premature reward, it absolutely kills your motivation, your hunger to actually go out and do the hard work. And this whole practice of silence, it builds this incredible and honestly super rare skill, self-control. Now, this isn't about bottling things up or pretending you don't have feelings. No, it's the total opposite. It's about feeling an emotion, really feeling it, without that knee-jerk reaction to speak or to complain or to lash out. It's about becoming the master of your own internal world.
Let's put this into a picture. Imagine a storm is raging around you. You've got one person. Let's call them the reactor. The second the wind picks up, they're shouting, "Why is this happening to me?" All their energy is just pouring out, fighting the wind, screaming at the rain.
Okay, now picture someone else in that exact same storm. We'll call them the silent walker. They're not shouting, they're not complaining, they just keep walking. The storm is the same for both of them, but by staying quiet, the walker saves their energy, they keep their balance, and they keep moving forward. And that's the whole point right there. It's not the storm that defines you, it's how you react to it. The storm never decides who is strong, your reaction does. Silence gives you that critical pause, that space to choose your reaction, instead of just letting the storm throw you around. That's where real strength comes from.
All right, so we've worked on building that inner fortress. Now let's talk about the outside world. How does silence protect our goals, our ambitions, and even our relationships?
Oh, I absolutely love this metaphor. Think about it. Your biggest dreams are like a tiny seed. What does a seed need to grow? It needs to be buried in the dark, in private, where it's safe. That's where it grows strong roots. If you dig it up every 5 minutes to show everyone, hey, look at my seed, you're just exposing it to all the wind and bad weather of other people's opinions and doubts. And you know what happens? It dies before it even has a chance.
So when you share your goals too early, you're basically unleashing these 3 silent killers of success. First, you invite doubt. Second, you open the door to all kinds of distractions. And maybe worst of all, you just sabotage your own drive to actually get it done.
And this idea doesn't just apply to work or big projects. Think about your relationships. A relationship isn't supposed to be a reality show for everyone to watch. It's a private commitment. When you start broadcasting every argument, every intimate detail, you're inviting the whole world to have an opinion on it. And that just chips away at the trust, that sacred space that should only exist between two people.
Okay, so we've established silence is an amazing shield. But what if it's more than that? What if it's also your greatest strategic advantage? And this last part, let's look at how silence creates mystery, power, and makes you, well, unpredictable. This comparison just lays it all out perfectly. You've got the talker. They announce every single move. They spend all their energy talking about what they're going to do, and you know what that makes them? Predictable. Then you have the builder. They just
disappear. They go quiet. They put their head down and they do the work. They spend their energy doing. And when they finally emerge with the finished product, they're unstoppable. No one saw it coming.
And here's the powerful secret behind that. What people don't know, they can't stop. And what they can't read, they can't predict. When you move in silence, you become a mystery. People can't get a read on you. They can't predict your next move. And in any kind of competition, negotiation, or really anything in life, that gives you an absolutely massive advantage. So let's get super practical. What are the things you should absolutely protect with silence? Here are 5 big ones. Your next big move, your income and finances, your deepest pain, the intimate details of your love life, and your family's private problems. Think of these as your personal fortress. Keeping them private protects your energy, your focus, and your peace.
And so that all leads to this final and, I think, most important question for you. Look, this isn't just about listening to some interesting ideas. It's about taking action. So after everything we've talked about, what is the one thing, the very first thing, that you are going to protect with your silence, starting right now?